Hey guys, welcome to the Berry Mountain Homestead. Today we are going to take you with us. We're going to do a little bit of garden planning. We're going to show you our future chicken coop that we're going to be using for a little bit at least.
Yeah, it's my parents' chicken coop and it is a beautiful one, but we're going to be using it while we don't have our land prepared and everything in our own chicken coop. So today is a high of I think 55 or 56. I looked at the thermostat just a little bit ago. I think it was at 56 and it's in February. So February in Pennsylvania, this temperature, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. We can't wait to get outside. So because it's so warm, we really have been getting the itch to start our garden planning. So when it's this warm at such an odd time, it's like it makes you want to start planting right now. But like we can't do that. Because
in Pennsylvania, our frost date is pretty late. We're in zone, yes. What are we, 6D?
I looked up earlier, but I forget. So our last frost date isn't until April 16th. So that's a long time from now. And another problem that we have is we don't really have a greenhouse to start the seeds. And that's like something we have to figure out. So if you guys know of a solution to that, how can we start seeds and keep, you know, it warm enough to start seeds in an area? I know that they sell certain types of greenhouses, like temporary ones that we could get, but how are we going to keep it warm? So a lot of challenges this year. We'll figure it out. Our land is getting cleared within the next couple weeks, which is very exciting, and we will share that with you when it happens. But yeah, we're not up there right now. Like, it's across the street from us, but we can't build something there like a greenhouse yet, and we can't power it either for heat lamps and stuff like that, and there's no water up there. So we have to find a solution to starting the seeds, but for now, we can plan and we can look at our fun catalogs that we got. So we got the whole seed catalog from Baker Creek, and we were pumped to go through this and look at them. We did some a little bit already, but we wanted to share with you guys too some of the things that we're thinking, and we want to do heirlooms and like different varieties that are interesting and fun. We're going to be sharing a garden for this year with my parents, and so we have limited space in that sense too, but we're also very grateful that we can still garden. You know, in another case where maybe my parents weren't into gardening as well, we wouldn't even have a garden this year, and that would make me so sad. So I'm grateful that we can do that. And also I think with whatever space we don't have, we could always do some potted things too.
Yeah, we seem to do really well with potted vegetables.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, that's been a lot of my gardening experiences in pots because of living in apartments and not having land. And so honestly, like, that's kind of a little bit of my comfort zone is pots, and what you can do with pots is more than what you might be able to think.
Tomatoes and peppers seem to do great for us in pots.
Yes, as long as the pot's big enough and you fertilize. Peppers, I would say, do better than tomatoes.
Peppers do great.
Herbs do great in pots, like phenomenal.
But anyways, we're looking at this. It's like 430 pages or something ridiculous like that, and it's taking us forever to get through it, but we're excited to order soon. So we have a list going of stuff that we are interested in getting. So I'm going to pull that up so we can share it with you, and then we're going to go through and look at the tomatoes too, because we haven't gotten that far, but we figured we would just do it with you guys anyway. So the first section is the bean section, and some of these are things that we want in the future when we have more space. Not necessarily everything that we're going to get this summer, but just stuff that like caught our eye that we think are neat and that we'd like to get one day. Like these crazy beans. Both the one on this page here and the red one down at the bottom of the other page.
What are they called? They're beautiful.
Dragon's tongue is the really crazy colored one.
Can you show the yard-long beans that I want so bad? I want them so bad. Probably not this year, we don't have the space, but definitely in the future. So these need a trellis for them, but you can see how big they are. Oh my gosh, like yard long beans. I want them so bad though. I think they're so fun, and you can have them on a trellis and then they all hang down, and it's pretty too. So last gardening season we fell in love with poblanos, and that's what those are. I definitely want to do them again.
Yeah, they're amazing. We
made ancho seasoning, so we dehydrated the poblanos and then ground them up and made ancho seasoning. That's what it's called, right? They're just so good. They're not that sweet. Not sweet. They're not that hot either.
They're not spicy. They just have a nice flavor.
Yeah, it is more like a flavor and not like a kick, I would say.
The one thing we didn't get a chance to look at yet through here because it's so big and it takes forever to go through is the tomatoes, which we're very excited about, and I know they have a ton of amazing tomatoes.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of in the mood to get like a Black Beauty type thing.
Yes, I want Black Beauty so bad. So cool.
Beauty.
Like, that's just an interesting tomato plant. Like, I don't know, I think it's fun to just try out different ones instead of getting the same ones all the time.
The other kind of tomatoes that we really like growing are more of the Roma types. Like the types for
the
paste or Roma types
for
to make sauce.
Yes.
We like to make a lot of sauce in the fall so that we can carry it over through the winter and the spring when we don't have fresh tomatoes. Yes. Because canned sauce just doesn't cut it for us.
These look like we had something similar to these last year. So they're called the Atomic Grape Tomato. Don't they look like those chocolate sprinkle ones?
Yeah, the ones we grew last year were called chocolate sprinkles.
Oh, here's a better picture of it, but they're really pretty too. So the other catalog that we want to share with you guys that we got in the mail is the Murray McMurray Hatchery catalog for some chickens. And we actually wanted your advice on this if you are watching and you have any experience raising chickens.
We're going back and forth between getting chicks and raising them up from chicks. And everything that comes with that. Getting a brooder set up and getting a brooder set up and getting all the heat lamps and everything and figuring out where to do it to get them started. Or we could get some started pullets like 14 to 16 weeks old that they sell. They're more expensive, but we're not going to need all the other equipment.
But we will need that equipment eventually. The only problem then is like we won't get eggs for how long?
That's one of the main concerns. We don't want to, it's our first chickens, we want to get our flock started as soon as possible. And the best way to do that is to spend extra money and get some started chickens. I really enjoyed reading through this. As every single breed that I've read about through all of the chicken books that I've been reading lately to get ready for this, all the ones that are for egg layers and multi-purpose birds and just everything.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like we've been really trying to just educate ourselves first. So we went to the library, we got a bunch of books at the library. We received some chicken books for, what was that, Christmas?
Christmas gifts.
Yeah, and so Tony's been really reading up and stuff on that and just watching a lot of videos and trying to like just soak in as much knowledge as possible before we do it. Not that you can prepare for everything all the time. You learn as you go, but still, you know, we've been trying to figure things out.
It's better be over-prepared than under-prepared.
Alright, so we have some errands to run, and then when we get back, we're going to share with you guys the chicken coop that we're going to use. We're also going to take you down to the garden and kind of share with you the space that we have. Tony's being an awesome husband and grabbing all the firewood. We're hoping that when our land gets cleared, right, they are, you know, they take all of the good lumber, but they leave a bunch of the junk. So we're
all the tops.
So our goal is to take things, break them down, use it for firewood, and then what we can't use for firewood, we're gonna rent a wood chipper and kind of just
get a bunch of wood chips.
Yeah, so we want to use the land the best of our ability, even the stuff that they leave behind.
I realize that the world outside is just a metaphor for these eyes, and even if they out to criticize, I'll deny fear, I'll be right here. I realize that I'm waking up, now my mind is flooded and I'm overrun. But even after all is said and done, I'll deny fear, I'll be right here. Sitting on the edge of my bed, waiting by the river, waiting by the river. I found a little piece of homestead, waiting by the river, waiting by the river. It's clear to see I'm free, yeah, waiting by the river, waiting by the river. I'm chasing these dreams away, I'm chasing these dreams away, I'm chasing these dreams away. Or asleep.
So in the theme of talking about chickens and future gardens, I have to show my boots that I got. They are from the brand Sloggers, and there's chickens all over them. Aren't they adorable?
Hey guys, so behind us is the chicken coop that we will be using while we're staying here in the RV. This
is my parents' chicken coop. They had a few chickens in it. They don't anymore, and so they are letting us use it for some chickens of our own. And then my father built a run for it, and so we're gonna use that too, but we'll just go ahead and show it to you. So this is the run that my parents built, and we love it, and there's a huge like ladder area and different things for the chickens to crawl on and climb on.
So we do want to change the chicken wire. They seem to not have a problem with it at all, but I know that almost everyone says that they prefer hardware cloth. It's much sturdier and has much smaller holes. So I think we're gonna switch that out. This is coming undone a little bit,
and we were gonna fix it, but I think that we're just gonna replace it for them and use it that way, since that's what we want to do anyways, and that's what everyone seems to recommend.
Yeah.
The actual coop is amazing.
Yeah, the coop is phenomenal. Like, so probably nicer than anything that we could build ourselves.
Yeah, guaranteed.
We do want to build our own coop one day.
So back here they have 4 nest boxes. They're a nice size. I don't know if you can see in there. They're a good size nesting box. There's only 4, so you can't have a ton of chickens in there. I think they recommend that you can have like 12 or something, but I think that's a little overboard for this.
And then the funniest part of this chicken coop is they have like legit windows with screens. You can open them and everything. It's basically like a little mini cute little house.
But it's very nice. There's plenty of room for chickens. That's a little hole that goes down into the bottom. And the nesting boxes are over here. It also has hardwired electricity in the back. I don't know if you can see it back there. So you can plug in any heaters or anything that you need. This is obviously way more fancy than we'll ever have on our property, but we're gonna use it while we're here.
My mom treats all animals very, 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 very well.
Yes.
Down here, this is where my parents' garden is, and they have an awesome fence around it too, but this is the area we're gonna be sharing with them for this year. We're gonna take you in there and just gonna show you a pre-season garden, what it looks like. That way you can see what it becomes once we get it going. So this is the space that we'll be having, and some of the plants we're going to kind of share because we grow the same things, and then in other sense there are going to be some things that we do our own and they kind of do their own thing as well. So this is the space that we have this year. In addition to this, like I said, we're going to probably be doing a lot of pots around our RV area, just because that's something that we enjoy, but also because then it will give us more space. My dad has been starting to build more of the raised beds as well, and that's something that I know we want to do when we get our own garden, is really good dive into like raised beds versus just the regular garden bed. This fence also has an electric wire going on the top of it, and that is to prevent little critters from going on up and over into your garden. So
Like squirrels.
Mainly squirrels. That is what that is preventing. It's a very low electric fence, but it's enough to keep the squirrels out. So if that's something that you are having a problem with, definitely this is a good option if you can invest in this kind of fencing. So the sun's about to set, so we need to wrap this video up, but we just wanted to share with you kind of like a pre-season, what's going on with the chickens and with our garden.
And once again, as we said earlier, let us know what you think we should do.
Oh yeah.
Should we get baby chicks and buy all the stuff that we're gonna need eventually anyways to set them up and raise them from that? Or should we get started pullets that are like 14 to 16 weeks old so we get eggs faster, and then slowly introduce more chicks into there? That was a gunshot. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe our video.
And we will see you guys in our next video. Bye.